Sydney. This is Sydney.
Hello, Sydney.
Morning, Sydney. This is how we wake up.
I have the pride of introducing to you
Wild, wild stuff.
Outside the rebel compound.
MG,
60% of the time, it works every time.
Jess,
Oh, we got a live one.
and Pagey.
I've heard stories about you.
This is Triple M Breakfast.
Feel the power.
Every morning we hear this music. It means it's time for MG's Power Rankings, a daily top 5 list about anything, and I mean anything. Panther, what have you got for us today?
Well, Jesse May and Paige, well, you know how random I am. Today is the best power rankings of all time. Of all time.
Oh, wow.
It is the filter is the top 5 novelty songs of all time.
You on the Molly Cradles again last night?
I had a couple.
Or this morning. Here we
this
go.
morning.
Let's get into it. Top 5 novelty songs of all time.
5.
Number 5, in the Q magazine in 2003, a panel of music writers voted this song as the worst of all time. It is Agadoo from Black Lace. Ready? Get the macro. Get ready for it.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
F you, MG. It took me 10 years to get this song out of my head.
Now it's back. Okay, we're starting at number 5 with the worst song of all time. The only way is up to number 4.
I will say that all these songs peaked at number 1 in the Australian chart, so they had some love. This fourth song is about a rapper called Diego who couldn't speak English, so you hear all the gibberish in it. It translates into Spanish. It's called the Ketchup Song. Baila, ketchup. Turn it up in your car. Let's go.
Yeah, underrated. This is a banger, right?
Dare you not be tapping your foot in your car right now. Dare you?
It's really hard to sing along to, but it makes your arms move for some reason.
There we go. Just gibberish.
3.
Number 3. This song was number 1 in Australia for about 3 or 4 months back in 1979.
Whoa.
The artist is Joe Dolce. The song is Shut Up in Your Face.
And I sing, shut up, you can sing. Hey, what's the matter? Hey, got no respect. Hey, what do you think you do? Hey, why you look so sad? Hey, it's not so bad. It's a nicer place.
Shut up your face.
Another good
It
one.
is.
Go, Joe.
That is the best song, like at the end of a wedding, or you know, to reckon
yeah.
it's just.
It gives me goosebumps.
Everyone loves it.
Have you pressed number 2 yet?
Sure.
Goosebumps. I'm sorry. That's something you say when you look at a Picasso. Like,
Yeah. Or hear like Bruce Springsteen, I'm on fire, or something like that. No. Joe
shut up
Dolce.
your face.
Number 2, well, this the world record for the most people performing one dance at the same time was set by 50,000 people at Yankee Stadium while dancing to this, the Macarena.
Remember the video clip for this? And there's those like 2 old pervs dancing and like young
I
girls.
never saw
and-
the video clip.
Well,
What happened?
The chorus translates to English, to give your body joy, Macarena, that your body is to give you joy and good things.
Wow.
You dirty old bastards. They are.
You don't need a song to do that, Dal.
Number 1. Now, this is a song that, honestly, wherever you are, if you're sitting at home getting ready for work, if you're in your car, if you're at work, you will dance and you will tap. 4.6 billion people have viewed this song.
Oh, I know.
In 2012,
No, please.
a young guy called Psy
No.
came into our lives. And it is, of course, Gangnam Style. Turn it up, Paige.
Open Gangnam Style. Gangnam Style.
Yeah, baby.
Remember when he wanted to be taken as a serious artist, so he
Yeah.
tried
Yes.
to sing other songs and everyone would boo him and say,
Yeah.
"Just sing that."
Sorry,
Just sing
Psy.
Gangnam. Wannabe Westies, the
here we
Labor
go.
Party being criticised for parachuting in candidates like Christina Keneally and Andrew Charlton, who aren't real Westies, but they've moved them out to the west to run in western suburb seats.
What's classified as a real Westie? Like what is the
Well, every time there's an election, they try and jump on our backs. And there's a few who are real Westies, like Stewie Ayres. He's a real Westie.
Born and bred.
Maurice Payne. There's others, but these who is it? Christina Keneally and Andrew Charlton. Come on. A Westie, I think, is someone who's obviously born in the West. Where do you define the West? I would say probably west of Cumberland Highway would be a real Westie. West of Blacktown is real.
Keep moving.
Is
Keep
outer
going.
west. Maybe west of Penrith is outer west.
No, keep going. There's a boundary, MG.
Okay, here we go.
Stretches down.
Frankie's from Bosman, and now French's Forest. Where do you think-
Balmain, and down through Glebe and Alexandria is where the wall should be. Everyone west of there is a Westie.
I reckon the people of Hunters Hill will have something to say about that.
Yeah.
But
But you are,
They're different.
sorry,
They're on the
you're
water.
inner west.
I know, how good is this? So this is Putney, where I'm from, is classified as inner west, and it's pretty much like you know when you have a really fancy word for yourself. Like I love that they redefined it inner west.
You sound like a real estate agent. Guys, it's beautiful. It's in the inner west. Oh, whereas it's St Mary's. You'll be in the inner west within about 10 years, I reckon,
no doubt
MG,
about
in
it.
Penrith. It'll be the inner west.
The greater west will be Lithgow.
But I don't know why they have to dress it up. Honestly, the best nights of my life have been, when we go to Penrith, and even I know Parramatta is classified, but you just it's just a really real people, a great place.
What's the strategy, Paige, behind them wanting to be associated with the western suburbs, do you think?
They're winnable seats for Labor. So they're star candidates, and the seats where they live are safe Liberal seats where they're not going to win. So they put them into seats they can actually win.
Well, buzz off. We don't want you.
Yeah, that's
We asked you earlier, where
get
is
your
the
friend
West?
Spook to run.
Where does it start?
No,
Dave
tiny
in
table,
Windsor.
tiny patrons.
Dave in Windsor's on the line. Dave, where does the West start and begin? Can you define it for us?
Well, morning, Pagey. Morning, MG. Morning, Jess.
Morning, brother.
You're all wrong except for Pagey. Everything west of Botany Road, mate.
No, thank you, Dave. Good man.
Wow.
Well done.
Oh, Paigey, you're corrupt.
You are,
You are corrupt.
you are taking it under the table, Beijing.
Yep.
He's taking it somewhere.
Go the Roosters, Davey. Have a good day, buddy. Thank you.
Love you, Dave.
There's something going on at the moment overseas that's been fascinating. I'm one of them things that you wouldn't expect I would be fascinated by the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard defamation case, but I
know,
am.
I get that.
I'm never surprised by what piques your interest.
I am a random type of guy. What can I say? It's starting to take a little bit of a different tact because originally when this case was heard over in London, all the stuff was suppressed. So we all thought it was Johnny Depp.
So this is the second time they've been saying this.
Yeah, what a bad man. Well, this is not the second time they've said everything, but this is the first time we've heard both sides.
Yeah.
And after a grilling, Johnny Depp's kind of just taken enough. He's had enough. He's starting to giggle at things. He's starting to laugh, and the more he shows that side of him, the more people are going, oh, "We love Johnny. We love Johnny Depp." Amber Heard, no, she's having an affair with Elon Musk. No, Johnny Depp's our man. But he's a bit of a grab from the court case yesterday when everyone's guilty of this. When you try not to laugh, but you do.
Well, Johnny Depp lost it at this in the courtroom because Amber Heard's lawyer stuffed up and objected to himself.
You didn't know what could cause damage to Mr. Depp's hand while you were there on March 8th, correct?
Dr. Kipper told me he'd sustained an injury on one of his fingers.
Objection, hearsay.
Wait, you asked the question.
Okay.
Next.
Okay, he said he sustained an injury to his finger,
Yes,
but you don't know what caused the injury to his finger.
one of his fingers.
But you don't know how his finger was injured,
I
correct?
don't think anybody mentioned it to me at that time.
And then we didn't hear it
Goose.
there because he wasn't mic'd, but Johnny was laughing through that objection. Is that right?
He's had fun in a lot of it. There was another one where they crossed to a witness live who was giving testimony, but they cut to him and he was in his car because they were doing it remotely. But when they cut to him, he was vaping and there was just smoke everywhere. Johnny Depp lost it at that as well. And he's handing his lawyer little post-it notes during it. Johnny's handing his lawyer, but there's no notes on them. They're like drawings he's done, and Johnny just hands them to him and just smiles at him.
But you can tell that, the lawyer and Johnny have made a nice little friendship because they both have a little giggle together.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, a court case might be the wrong place. But it's those places that it's the hardest to keep in your life.
The more serious it is, the harder it is to keep a straight
school.
face.
School when you're in trouble. School when you're in trouble with mates. and you get called out the front of the class, and the teacher's saying, "Okay, guys, what are you laughing at?" And you say, "Nothing, miss. No, we're not laughing at anything." And then she gets very angry, and then you're kind of trying to, you realise you're in a bit of peril because I'm going to get in some trouble here. Then you cannot stop laughing. You just cannot stop laughing. It's one of them things where when you're in trouble, especially at school, the laughs are belly laughs because you're looking at your mate who's trying to just laughing as well, and you're trying to laugh. I love it. I love school, that type of thing. But there's other occasions, I suppose, more dire ones.
Mel from Campbelltown on the line. Mel, where did you lose it that you shouldn't have?
Unfortunately, I was at a funeral. So my mother's cousin had passed away, whom I'd never met.
Yeah, fair
and
enough.
I went along for moral support, and I was absolutely useless. So what happened was, at the end of the funeral, the family wanted to put up some photos and some video. That went for about an hour and 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And so I'm sitting there, and my cousin in the beginning said, who lives overseas, "Oh, wouldn't that be lovely? Can you do that for me if I ever pass away?" And I went, "Oh, yeah, that sounds nice." So we're sitting there. After 5 minutes, she turned around and said to me, "Please don't do this for me." And after 30 minutes, my uncle said to me, "Please kill me now." And because of that, I started to giggle, and I couldn't stop myself. And because I was at a funeral, I couldn't laugh. And so it became such a moment that I ended up crying. And I was trying so hard that my body was convulsing to the point where people thought I was that upset that they came and condoled me.
God. They would have thought you were such an attention
It was so
seeker.
funny, though.
They would have gone,
Totally inappropriate, but very funny.
I love it. You know, there's always someone at a funeral that cries and they barely know the person, and you're like, "Oh, for God's sake."
Hard enough. Why are you here?
We have some of the most talented construction people listening to us right now.
Yeah.
And if I could say, we need to get together. Norm's a builder, but come in.
Yeah.
We need to get together and put a quote to the government, because I reckon we could undercut the current one. $100 million the government is pledging to upgrade Sydney's worst roundabout. Now, it's the one near Olympic Park. Do you know that one?
DFO?
Near DFO. So
yeah.
every time an event comes on,
Yep.
there's heaps of traffic from DFO, and then when you're trying to get out, it does take a long time,
Yes.
and it needs to be done.
But $100 million?
$100 million.
Wow.
I'm telling you, Sydney, we could get a couple of people together. If you're driving a concrete truck right now,
Yep.
if you're,
If you've got a shifter in your car.
yeah, if you've done roundabout work before, like it's a circle.
Yeah, if you can draw a circle as well, you could be the architect of this.
$100 million, I reckon we go into the government, underquote them, 90 mil.
No, I reckon lower. I reckon you do it. I can do this for 50.
50. Okay.
Yeah.
Even that 50 mil, it's a roundabout. What are they doing?
Well,
know,
you
but
could build a bridge over it for 20.
That's right. And that would cure the problem.
Look,
but I'm saying to the
100 mil.
government right now, if you are serious about the people, me and my mates that are listening
Yep.
in their cars right now, we will get together and we will save this state $50 million. And if you don't like money and if you don't respect the taxpayers' money, go ahead with the 100 mil. But I'm telling you, you're overpaying. I've never quoted a roundabout before, but as you said, it's a circle.
Has Norm fixed your roof yet? Does it still leak every time it rains, which
Yes.
is every day?
Yeah, it still leaks. We might actually sack him. I'm actually looking for another builder.
Yeah.
If you're listening,
13335.
honestly, we will get together. 13353. I need a concrete truck. I'm going to actually, so they know they're getting money. So I'm going to put a couple of bushes on there.
Yeah.
What else? What could we make U-turn around?
What about a little a park that you can take and
Yeah.
go, like a portable park?
Portable. Oh, and it's all about ego.
Yeah.
So you get Perrottet. We'll put a statue of you on it.
Yeah.
I want the roundabout to move. I want like a conveyor belt
Oh,
that
there
goes
we go.
around like a revolving
Like
restaurant.
restaurant.
You just drive onto it
Okay,
and the
well-
roundabout moves your car for you and you just drive off when you're ready.
You know what?
You know what?
60 mil and I'll
No.
put it on there.
Yep.
200 mil for that.
Okay, yeah.
Shush,
Now the budget's
you are not my
blowing
business
out.
manager, MG. I wouldn't lie to you. Wherever I go, people say, "Oh, how good's Alan Jones when he comes on the show?"
We're very lucky to have him.
We are so blessed.
He's a good man.
And he's come in again. He's really reliable. He's handed me a script to introduce him. Now, I never get enough time to read these scripts, MG, so
Good, go for
I just trust him.
Just do your best, sister. That's all you can
babe.
ask for.
Thanks, darling. 4 decades, he was the king of Sydney breakfast radio until lefty scum and feminist Nazis combined their half-wit forces to bring him down.
Yes, that's right.
He's a brilliant man. and will always be remembered as the greatest broadcaster ever.
Yes.
No matter how much the commies try to rewrite history.
That's right. Thank you.
Please welcome the goat of radio.
Yes. I'm a goat. That's me. Yes, good morning, Jess. Good morning, Mark. Good morning, Paigey. Thank you for that introduction. Yes, I mean, you had some young producer Josh downstairs this morning, but he couldn't take me up the tradesman's entrance. Unfortunately, the loading dock was closed.
Oh, no.
Yes, I had to wait out the front on Goulburn Street next to the stone wall. There, yes, I texted Josh.
Good.
Come and meet me at the stone wall. Yes.
Great pub.
Yes.
Oh, that's that. There's also
He
pub
told
in
me it was a
Oxford
pub.
Street.
Yes, of course, I know it. It's a great pub. There's no giggling 19-year-old girls and their pig flirtini cocktails. It's a pub for blokes. And that's what we want, isn't it? Like the good old days, I'll tell you, these are men's men. If you could wear a mesh singlet in the middle of winter, that's what a real man looks like, a real bloke. Now, firstly, I want to say congratulations to the latest radio ratings. I'm told you had a very good result.
Yeah.
I told you, didn't I, Mark? Hard work gets results in the radio business. Tell me what time you're getting up to write all your editorials every morning. 2:30?
Well, I'm actually getting up 1:45 now, Al, because I know you are very proud of me for doing so.
Good boy. I bet they're suffering over at 2GB without me, though. I haven't seen all the figures yet, but I know you're all across it. How much have they gone down by?
Oh.
Hey, have they sacked the man-child, Ben Fordham, yet? Hey? How bad's he rating?
He's actually at an all-time high.
he's
He's doing really well.
Oh, God. Oh, shit. Nothing is working today. Nothing is working. I woke up this morning. My butler had left the radio on Triple J. Oh, please be better, Jake. The songs they play, holy Nelly. Is that what passes for music these days, is it? Hey, the N-word here, the N-word there. Tell me, why is Kendrick Lamar allowed to say it on Triple J, but when I say it on 2GB, all the pearl clutches have a stroke?
Oh, well.
Hey,
It's a very long conversation.
Kendrick's allowed.
it's double standards. That's what it is, double standards. But I'll tell you what, there's one African American I want to acknowledge this morning and congratulate. A man who's doing more than getting gold teeth and driving a bouncing car. He's an inspiration to African Americans all over the world. Elon Musk. He's a good man, yes. The South African self-made billionaire. Hey, he's bought the festering cesspool that is Twitter. And he's promised to make it unbiased and even-handed, which has annoyed one particular group. Hey, can you guess who it is? Can you guess who it's annoyed?
Would it be the left?
What do you think, Mark?
Yeah, lefties.
No, you're right. Yes, well done. Correct the left. I've taught you both well. They don't like freedom of speech, do they? The bastards. Yeah. Hey, they've thrown their toys out of the cot and they're threatening to leave. But I tell you what, if it gets rid of all the women, activists, transgenders on Twitter, then it was $44 billion well spent. No, I agree with freedom of speech, of course, except for one group. And this is where I think Elon Musk and other billionaires are on the money. The poor. Honestly, have you ever heard anything worth listening to from a poor person? Hey?
Yeah, we have. Something like
I bet you haven't. Go and tell me. What could you tell me? What have you heard?
Like, is it like the Dalai Lama, essentially, like he works for nothing and he says things like the true hero is one who conquers his own anger.
Shut up, girl. Shut up. No, I'm still learning about Twitter. I'm still learning the ropes, but this is how I understand it. You post a picture of what you had for lunch. You say, oh, look, beautiful. Look at this turkey sandwich with brie, lightly toasted, and some rocket on it. And you say, oh, this was just delicious. And someone replies, I want to piss on your grave. Is that Twitter? Have I got it right?
It's about it. Yeah,
that's still learning. I'll tell you what, my old man used to have a saying, I think we've reached the bottom of the bird cage, and here we are. I'm Alan Jones.
You are.
Thank you, Alan. See you next week.
See you, AJ.
Triple M Breakfast with MG, Jess and Paigey. Weekdays from 6 a.m.